Starting to fill up.
Yeah, no, we'll get a nice crowd.
Yeah. Are they still in session then? The school? I mean,
No.
they're out.
Yep. Hey, Rebecca, just let me know when we're on. So we. What? We're on. All right, sweet.
Attention wrestling fans, tonight we have an exciting exhibition match taking place before the Lockhaven University men's wrestling team takes on Bloomsburg. Tonight, your own Dallas Dillon of the Lockhaven University women's wrestling team will compete in the program's inaugural exhibition match here in the Thomas Fieldhouse. Dillon will be taking on East Stroudsburg's Jocelyn Campos in a 130-pound match. Let's all give a haven welcome to Jocelyn Campos.
We are here at the Thomas Fieldhouse on the campus of Lock Haven University. Sam Cooper and John Conklin with you for some LHU wrestling on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lock Haven takes on Bloomsburg this evening, and we're treated to a pre-match exhibition, the first one of such for the newly formed Lock Haven University women's wrestling team. It's going on right now. Dallas Dillon starting the second period against Jocelyn Campos of East Stroudsburg. John, as we get into this matchup here, getting to see this this exhibition, I should say, take place, what does it mean as someone that's kind of a wrestling historian in the area, grew up here, and has seen Lock Haven wrestling for a long time in this venue?
Well, it's just nice to see it. They have an official program, women's program now. There's been some female wrestlers over the years, the most famous of which would be Sarah McMahon, who wrestled here before she went to Olympic glory with the silver medal. I believe it was in 2000 Olympics. Also on to UFC fame. So she is an alumni from here. So it's nice to see the women's program up and coming. Dallas Dillon here, who's wrestling currently at a Baltimore area high school. So reading a little bit of the bio, she was turned on to the sport because her brothers were in it, which makes complete sense. Growing up here, you're born and raised and kind of born into the sport, especially in that area up in Baltimore area. So it's neat to see. It's nice to showcase the women's sport, try to get some more interest in it, and hopefully get some, grow the team, get some more interest, and get some girls here to complete the team.
Wrestling right now against Jocelyn Campos of East Stroudsburg. A couple periods they wrestled, and Campos has had her way with Dallas Dillon, but she's wrestling hard and getting coached up by Lock Haven women's head coach Ronnie Perry. And Dallas, somebody that's one of the first three on the team, and the 130-pound weight class here going against Campos, who comes from East Stroudsburg. She was representative of Guatemala at the Olympics. She hails from Kingston, New York, and she looks good here early on the mats. As far as the rules of this one, John, it's a freestyle matchup. Explain for the folks at home just how, from visualizing this, it's a little bit different than what we'll get at the top of the hour once the Lock Haven men's wrestling matchup with Bloomsburg is set to take place.
Yeah, freestyle rules. This is 59 kilograms right off the bat. This is, kilograms instead of the pounds. But as far as the rules go, a little less mat wrestling. A takedown, if they go to the mat, they're looking for exposure. You get points for just exposing the back versus the folk style where you need to have the count. So if there's no working towards an exposure or a point scoring move, the referee will restart it in the middle. So it's a lot more on the feet wrestling. It's a little bit different, a lot of similarities, but a little different. It looks like Campos she hit 2 headlocks that I've seen, so very strong with that. So Dallas Dillon here, needs to look out for that again. But right now she actually is on top, looking to expose the back. The referee just ruled that she wasn't going to turn her, so he restarted it, and they're up on their feet, restarting in the middle.
Yeah, it's 8-0 Campos in the second. They're doing 2 3-minute periods, and they actually wrestled one where Campos had it open and shut in just under 2 minutes, but they're now, I guess, going again for the second period here now as Dillon tries to battle with Campos. We'll have Lock Haven and Bloomsburg men's wrestling at the top of the hour, and again, this is quite a moment here. Dillon being the first on the women's wrestling team to go out there, and East Stroudsburg, another one of those PSAC schools to work on women's wrestling, and that's a whole process, but it's nice to have that here. Dallas has been training hard, and she goes against Campos here right now in the waning seconds of this one at the 59-kilogram spot. So we'll keep you posted on that as this one progresses. They're just wrapping this one up, and now Campos has her hand raised, and that should be that.
Campos, she definitely is a seasoned wrestler. You said she represented Guatemala. That shows that she's adept at the international level, I would say. And Dallas Dillon, I'm sure she's a heck of a wrestler. It seemed like there was a hiatus from what I'm reading there. She was in the sport as a younger person, got back into it recently, so she had those years off. Whereas it looks like Miss Campos has been training hard for several years, at the Olympic level and things. So That kind of showed out there a little bit, but definitely a good exhibition. I think the crowd appreciated that, and hopefully that generates a little more interest in the female team here at LHU.
Yeah, it will be an exciting thing to have here at Lock Haven. The final went 10-0, and Campos able to claim victory. And like you mentioned, John, very experienced wrestler. But we're coming back here to the Thomas Fieldhouse, where we'll get you set for Lock Haven and Bloomsburg men wrestling. Top of the hour, it's the first matchup in the MAC East for Lock Haven this season. We'll come back and break it all down for you on the Bear Country Sports Network.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University Athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall, 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services, or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
Check off your gift list and save by starting with Lowe's. Now you can get your choice of a 227-piece Cobalt Mechanics tool set for $99, a $600 value if purchased separately. Or get a Cobalt 24-volt max cordless brushless drill with battery, also just $99. For the Craftsman fan on your list, get your choice of a Craftsman 20-volt max 2-tool combo kit with drill and impact driver, or a Craftsman pancake air compressor, each just $99. For the right gifts this holiday, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Valid through 12/24, U.S. only.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the Bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, S-I-M-P-L-E. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
This is Doug Spatafor, Lock Haven University Director of Athletic Communications and Marketing. Be sure to visit golhu.com, the official website of Haven Athletics, for social media handles, schedules, scores, recaps, and much more.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you on the Bear Country Sports Network. Lock Haven and Bloomsburg hit the mats for some MAC East wrestling at the top of the hour. Lock Haven comes into this one after 4 dual meet victories over the weekend. Friday, it was the Rumble in the Jungle down at Red Line Area High School. 19-15 thriller that saw Lock Haven win at Red Line for the second consecutive year, then getting to wrestle some D2 and D3 teams Saturday at the Messiah Duels. A lot of second and third string guys got a chance to get out there, and a few of the regulars in the lineup as well. But for Lock Haven, come into this one 4-1, looking to knock off a Bloomsburg team that the Bald Eagles have beaten 5 times in a row. John, when you look at where Lock Haven is right now, what stands out to you after being down there Friday at the Rumble in the Jungle?
Well, I think, they started out the year with Central Michigan, and that was a tough loss. Some of the wrestlers underperformed to what their expectations would be. I think they got back on track there in front of the big crowd down at Red Line and got the big win against Navy. Able to keep it going in the duels there. So I think they got some good work there at the duels, and I think they have a good matchup here tonight to keep that going in Bloomsburg, who's going to have some good wrestlers through the lineup there, but I think overall Lock Haven, on paper, looks to be stronger, should come out with the win. and be able to keep that win streak going end of semester into the next year for the Southern Scuffle. Well, into the weekend, I guess, for Clarion, but looking towards the Southern Scuffle also beginning of the new year.
Yeah, one of the consistents from the coaching staff has been not to overlook these teams here, getting ready for the Southern Scuffle, and with a little bit of a Christmas break on the horizon for the guys. We'll start this dual meet at 197, by the way. The premier matchup, just based on rankings, and really any way you want to put it, is at 184, which is a fun way to close tonight's dual meet. Lock Haven has Corey Hazel, 13th ranked wrestler, at the 184 spot, two-time qualifier. Goes against a fast riser for Bloomsburg, a guy that didn't start the year in the rankings, Trevor Allard. He's up to 15 in the nation, 11-1, 2-0 in dual meets for the Mexico, New York native. We'll talk all about that and more as we roll along on our pre-match coverage. Lock Haven last year beat Bloomsburg 36-6 at Bloom, and this is a Huskies team, John, that's gotten a little bit better while the record says 0-2. They've wrestled some solid competition tough at Bucknell to start the season on December 5th. It was a 24-13 loss that went down to the third to last bout, so it wasn't clinched until pretty late in the duel. Meanwhile, Ryder, a night later, that was at home at Bloomsburg, and that went 28-11, and that was one that was not that far off, and there were some close matchups throughout that one. So all in all, it's a Bloomsburg team that, while there's still a long way to go, they're getting better as the years progress under now fourth-year head coach Marcus Gordon.
Yeah, I think Bloomsburg, similar history to LHU as far as the wrestling program. LHU had some down years. It took, rebuilding effort, and it seems like Bloomsburg is kind of in that stage where LHU was a few years back, trying to build that core of the team, trying to get some wins, trying to get some, some of the wrestlers on national exposure to hopefully get the recruiting in. So they're a solid team. They're a good team. I don't think they're on LHU's level at this point, but I think he's doing a great job of building this program back to, prominence and where they used to be.
Had a national qualifier last year in a 3-13 season. That's Willie Gerard at 125. He's taking an academic redshirt year, but Allard in there in the national rankings and some other talented guys as well throughout the Huskies lineup. We'll tell you about them in a little bit, but coming up, my pre-match interview with Lock Haven head coach Scott Moore. That's on the horizon on the Bear Country Sports Network, and then at 7, Lock Haven and Bloomsburg here for this dual meet at the Thomas Fieldhouse, last one of 2019. Back on the Bear after this.
First Quality in Lock Haven and Macklehattan is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and Macklehattan for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
This is a cow whose milk became everyone's favorite cheese at the craft fair. But cheese only lasts so long. The impression a small business makes needs to last much longer. And now Vistaprint is introducing free shipping on all business cards in any quantity. Choose from hundreds of fresh designs tailored to your type of company, or upload your own. The choice is yours. The time is now. For limited time only, get free shipping on all business cards in any quantity with promo code 3838. That's promo code 3838 at Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint. Own the now.
We do more. We tell you more. We include more. Hi, this is Karen Willer, owner of Ridgecrest Home Sales. Time and again, customers tell us we've learned more from you in the last hour than from any of the other places we've been. When you purchase a home from Ridgecrest, we discuss all required code items up front, as well as your expectations for the finished build. Once we have your wish list, we'll provide you with a firm pricing on all site work before construction begins. Our on-site engineer will obtain your building permits and inspections, coordinate all excavation, foundation work, and utilities, as well as building steps, decks, porches, and even a garage. You tell us what you want, and we'll make it happen, right down to a professional cleaning before key turnover. For most people, your home is the largest purchase you'll ever make. You want an experienced team of contractors that know how to get the job done right the first time. Visit Ridgecrest Home Sales on Route 150, just 1 mile outside of Beach Creek, or visit us online at ridgecresthomesales.com. We're definitely more than you expect.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now, you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table. Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
Finally, a simple way for you to put the bear on your phone and tablet. Simple meaning Simple Radio, SIMPLE. Go to any app store, download the Simple Radio app. It'll take about 30 seconds. When the app's installed, type in The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Don't forget the. It distinguishes us from other radio stations. That's The Bear, Country 99.9 FM. Once you hear us, press the star to make us your favorite. That way, every time you hit the Simple Radio app, The Bear will come up first. It's just that simple. From WQBR.
Cutting Edge Country on The Bear.
Joined pre-match by Scott Moore, head coach, Lock Haven University Wrestling, getting set for a dual meet with Bloomsburg, the first MAC East matchup of the 2019-20 slate. Coach, you come off a busy weekend where you go down to Red Lion Area High School, you knock off Navy, then you have the Messiah Duels where you get 3 different opportunities to wrestle against some guys. Just take me through where your team is at right now after a pretty busy stretch.
Yeah, you're certainly excited about last weekend's results. A little rebound victory over Navy. Really hard-fought match. Guys did a great job, good composure. And, guys wrestled the way we expect them to wrestle. And, give it to Navy. They came to wrestle hard and an intense environment at Red Lion High School. So certainly happy about that result. Going into the weekend, Messiah Duels enabled us to get some of our, second-string guys in the lineup and get that experience in a dual meet and to represent the program. So that was also a good day for us and just a lot of bonus points, a lot of hard wrestling. And, leading into this week, just continue. Our guys are working hard, continue to develop, and we're really looking forward to this weekend and tonight to finish the first semester strong and start our MAC East divisional playoff in a positive note.
Coach Moore with us pre-match, and again, Bloomsburg's the opponent tonight with first bout at 7 o'clock, and you're projected to wrap up tonight's duel with a pretty intense matchup. 2 nationally ranked guys, Corey Hazel for you, currently 13th per Flow Wrestling, and Bloomsburg's got Trevor Allard right there. Those two have wrestled a bunch in the EWL throughout their experienced careers here in Central Pennsylvania. Take me through that bout specifically and what you're most anticipating.
Yeah, we've got some exciting matches here tonight, and as you mentioned, Premier match. Premier really is at 184 pounds, 2 ranked opponents. Familiar faces, guys have wrestled each other multiple times, but every time is just as intense. And I know they come in with a lot of expectations. Trevor's been having a great season, and so is Corey. So we just felt like it was a great way. Last home duel of 2019, why not wrap it up with a good top 20 matchup between those two? And really a lot of great matchups here tonight, but we're excited to see these guys compete and, just go out there and fight and give effort and show their improvements, all the things that they've been working on this semester.
Scott Moore with us and talking about it, the wrap-up of the semester here at Lock Haven. You have Bloomsburg here at home, then Clarion in a couple days as you begin that MAC stretch as far as the Eastern Division. Where you guys are at right now, what's the week been like post the Friday, Saturday for dual meet stretch, getting ready for this week?
Really just obviously last week was the last week of classes, so it was nice, getting to work with our wrestlers a little bit more, getting to have some team dinners and just really connecting with these guys, meeting with the freshmen, just some wrap-up stuff from the semester, but very focused training, some intense practices, but ultimately, tapering into tonight, a short week with a Thursday night duel. So a lot of preparation, just a lot of meetings, a lot of getting these guys, getting them focused and motivated for a stretch that, finishes before the Christmas break. So we're running a little bit later than in years past, having to compete on the 21st. But I think we're in a really good spot right now, and our guys are really motivated to go out and finish with a lot of effort here tonight.
Exciting times, Lock Haven and Bloomsburg at the Thomas Fieldhouse tonight. Coach Scott Moore with us on the Bear Country Sports Network. Finally, this will have already happened by the time we run this, but you have the women's exhibition match where you get Dallas Dillon, a local product, and she's trying to help along with head coach Ronnie Perry and a few athletes on the roster getting women's wrestling going here at Lock Haven. What do you make of finally getting to have a matchup here at the Thomas Fieldhouse?
It's awesome. I think these guys are excited. Ronnie's excited. it's going to be a fun event, and we appreciate the opportunity and Coach from East Stroudsburg coming over and making this event possible. But it's just the start of something big. It's the start of new opportunities, new vision for our program with adding women's wrestling this year. And I think tonight's duel will be fun and entertaining and a little bit different, but at the same time, we'll continue to attract some good crowds. And tonight, just an exhibition, but down the road, we look forward to some full-blown dual meets and some intense crowds here with the women's wrestling program.
A lot of room to grow, and we'll have that here, and then the Lock Haven Bloomsburg dual meet. Coach Moore, thanks for the time as always. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brew House, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
Ho, 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 Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna.
Shouldn't you be getting ready for your big trip?
I am. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't
But how
about a trip to PAMP for lottery tickets? They make great Christmas gifts. They're easy to carry and easier to wrap. And who knows, I could win and head off to Coco.
I think the boss is cuckoo, but he has a great idea. Lottery tickets from PAMP. They're in Pleasant Gap at 136 South Harrison Road.
Can I wear Bermuda shorts in Jamaica?
Shave your legs.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. PSECU, proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
WQBR The Bear, cutting edge country.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin back with you at the Thomas Fieldhouse in Lock Haven. LHU and Bloomsburg set to hit the mats this evening. 7 o'clock is the first matchup. That'll be the 197 bout. We'll go as far as that order. And Lock Haven starts at 197 with Parker McClellan, who's 3-1 in dual meets this year, 9-6 overall, sophomore from Altoona. His counterpart from Bloomsburg is Kyle Murphy, a guy that's been around the block, senior from Bridgewater, New Jersey. That'll lead us off. And then a local guy, John, you might know a little bit about him, Jarrett Walters, 8-6 on the year for Bloomsburg, redshirt sophomore from Danville. At the heavyweight spot, 6'4", a very big guy. He goes against Lock Haven's Trey Hartstock, who's a smaller heavyweight wrestler.
Correct. Yeah, Jarrett Walters, I'm familiar with him from high school. Like you said, a big kid, big athletic kid. So, once again, Hartstock's going to be a little bit outsized, but I think he's used to that at this point. Hartstock just needs to use his, athleticism, being a little bit quicker, and hopefully he can get the win there against Walters.
Then we go to 125. Again, that's the way we're starting it so that we can end with the 184 matchup where Lock Haven has 184 wrestler Corey Hazel against Bloomsburg's ranked guy Trevor Allard. At 125, a pair of guys that are both freshmen. Christian Ganone for Bloomsburg, 1-6 on the year. Lock Haven with Luke Warner out with a sprained ankle, giving him some rest to get him set for the scuffle in a couple weeks. It is Matt Maloney, his high school teammate, freshman from Bethlehem Liberty. They go head-to-head on the mat. 133, Lock Haven has DJ Fellman, redshirt senior, who's the reigning MAC East Wrestler of the Week. He's won 4 straight bouts, 11-5 on the year. He goes against Josh Mason, a guy for Bloomsburg, who has won 9 of his 13 bouts to start the year, 141. Lock Haven has Kyle Shoup, 18th ranked guy in the nation, coming off the 3-0 decision at the Red Lion matchup against Navy, against Cody Tribus. And we'll tell you about his counterpart after we take a quick break for the anthem here on the Bear Country Sports Network.
When you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer,
a lot of questions run through your mind.
What am I going to do? What are my options? What did I do wrong? We've had those thoughts too.
But some questions can help you move forward.
Visit findyourmbcvoice.com for an interactive guide to help you learn the next steps to take after an MBC diagnosis.
And how to ask the questions that lead to an open and informed conversation with your doctor.
Start finding your voice today
at findyourmbcvoice.com.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
WQBR, Avis, Williamsport, State College, your home for LHU athletics.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin with you at the Thomas Fieldhouse, campus of Lock Haven University. Sam Cooperman joining you as LHU and Bloomsburg set to kick things off on the mats. We'll begin at 197. We'll run through the rest of the starters we didn't get to. Marlon Argueta Diaz at 141 for Bloomsburg. 157, Alex Carita, solid sophomore for them. He's wrestled a couple ranked guys and has really given them a run for their money. He goes against another Lock Haven's Alex Clucker at 57. At 165, Lock Haven goes to Caleb Clymer, redshirt freshman, 2018 state champ. He battles Nate Newberry, a senior for Bloomsburg. The other weight class we haven't mentioned, Anthony Vetrano, 174, against Lock Haven's Jared Segrist, who's 11-6. But the first matchup here, John, we start at 197. Parker McClellan, the Altoona native, comes out here for LHU, 9-6 on the year, and his opponent is Kyle Murphy, 4-9, someone that his head coach Marcus Gordon says picks it up about this time of the year. Once the semester winds down and he doesn't have schoolwork to factor in, it becomes a little easier for him. Very studious kid. He'll be at 97, and he's the opponent right here against Parker McClellan. Lock Haven in the crimson and gray singlet, Bloomsburg in the road black and maroon.
Yeah, I would think the schoolwork is probably, the lack of schoolwork there this time of year is probably a relief for all the wrestlers. Make it a little easier to focus on the sport and rather than having the schoolwork to think about.
Opening seconds at 197. The length advantage for McClellan is there. Murphy a little bit of a stockier guy. As they bounce around the middle of the mat. Lock Haven with not as quite as packed of a Thomas Fieldhouse, but for a matchup that's taking place during the winter break, still pretty solid turnout. It'll be nice to get a count on that after this one concludes, and decent amount of fans have flocked to the Fieldhouse tonight.
Yeah, I'm honestly very impressed by the crowd here tonight for a Thursday night meet, dual meet, but the fans here, they love Bald Eagle Wrestling, I think, and, they're out in full force. VIP rows filled up once again, so good to see.
I love the VIP row aspect of this thing. It's like, what is this, a Lakers game or something we got going on here? Tangled up about a minute 10 gone by in the first period of 197. Again, we're wrapping this up with 184. Lock Haven and Bloomsburg each have ranked guys at those spots. Hazel for Lock Haven and Allard for Bloomsburg. Right now, some leverage trying to be gained by McClellan, but then he backs away as Murphy attempts to go low. They're just sizing each other up here early, a little hand fighting. Collar ties, nothing too special in the first half of the first period.
Yeah, McClellan with that significant length advantage there. Big, tall, lanky kid. So that comes in handy in different situations here. So, but right now they're just tying up with each other, a little hand fighting, trying to size each other up, working that shot.
Last year, McClellan did not get to wrestle Murphy at the dual meet at Bloomsburg, where Lock Haven won 36-6, as he split time with Luke McGonigal at that spot. McGonigal has since gone to Mercyhurst, and McClellan has the spot this year. Blake Reynolds spends some time there as well at 97, but McClellan's tried to go low a couple times, but Murphy's fended him off nicely. Just 45 seconds to go in the first period at 197. First of 10 bouts between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg tonight in this MAC affair, the MAC East Division. Both teams from the EWL last year. Change of the conference.
30 seconds.
Murphy doesn't have the opportunity to get too close to McClellan, just those long arms able to push him away. Down to 20 in the first. McClellan's got a nice contingent on hand. Just from Altoona, not too far up the road.
Yeah, Altoona with a good program. They've had some, state-level placers there over the past few years, McClellan being one of those wrestlers. So they got a nice program there in Altoona.
First concludes 0-0. McClellan, a 2018 state runner-up at Altoona. They go to the second. And Scott Moore, looking dapper in the suit and tie for Lock Haven on the right-hand side, gives instructions. McClellan is on top to begin the second in the singlet that's crimson on the front and a little arm around back with some silver on there. McClellan will try to keep Murphy down. Lock Haven looking to capture its 6th straight dual meet victory over the Bloomsburg Huskies, just an hour down I-80 East. Murphy halfway up. McClellan draped on top of him, swings him back down. McClellan riding 20 seconds into the second period at 197. A lot of the murmurs from the crowd and from the coaching staff, get your foot off the mat as they bounce out of play right in front of us to the near side of the mat. John, what do you think the approach is for McClellan here in the second?
Well, work from top position, try to work that tilt. Right there I was just thinking he keeps, that up. He's kind of risking getting a stall call there. Not trying to, work him in a tilt situation there. But doing a good job at this point. Just needs to continue to work, try to work a scoring combination.
McClellan remains on top of Murphy. Minute and change to go in the second. McClellan trying to ride out the period. Murphy on his feet. McClellan still on top of him and hooks under him with the left arm and shoves him back down.
McClellan doing a nice job of keeping him to the mat, returning him to the mat when he gets up to his feet, getting that riding time advantage.
Sprawled out of play with 55 seconds to go in the second. After this, the heavyweight matchup that Bloomsburg is a local guy and Jarrett Walters out of Danville. Lock Haven goes with Trey Hartsock out of Lewistown. Experienced guy, smaller heavyweight, but right now we're at 197 in the opening bout with the caution here.
That was on the bottom guy, Murphy.
Kyle Murphy 4-9, 0-2 in dual meets. Last year went 11-22. Against McClellan, they actually met at the Clarion Open this year, and to start the season, McClellan won that one 3-1. Blake Reynolds, who also spent some time at 197, he lost to Murphy 3-0, so seems like a pretty easy roster choice for tonight.
Right, yeah.
40 seconds to go in the second. McClellan still on top of Murphy, who almost tries to get out of it, but he cannot. He's down and out of play. 34 seconds to go in the second. The fans appreciate McClellan's ability to ride. He has a minute 26 of riding time captured and just needs 34 seconds more to ride out the period. Hard ride is one crowd instruction. Murphy back down. He seems pretty tired. It looks like McClellan's got a nice energy level.
Yep, he's wearing him down, working that spiral ride there from the top position, trying to work his leg in there. He's blocking that, but he's continuing to work, trying to, get a tilt situation, try to expose the back. There he grabbed his leg again, back down in the mat, prone position.
Seems like Murphy may have tried to get up too early because spent a lot of energy getting 3/4 of the way there, but not all the way, and he was not able to get up at all this period. McClellan rides out the second, still 0-0, but McClellan accumulates nearly 2 minutes of riding time, and now we start the third, and McClellan goes bottom. But no, they go neutral.
Well, he took bottom, and I think he let him up, so it's a one. He got an escape there.
They let him up right away just to start things, so it is 1-0. Parker McClellan, good catch. As they're in neutral right now. McClellan with that 1-0 lead and the riding time that is a whole period length. So he's in a good position to earn that point as well. McClellan trying to start off the bout between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg with 3 points to the side of the home team. McClellan attempts a low shot, doesn't have it. Murphy tangled up with him.
Murphy working that front headlock.
Minute and a half remaining. Final period here at 197. A slow start to the dual meet between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. Both face-to-face, middle of the mat as they both try to take a shot at the same time.
Murphy was in. McClellan sprawled back there to prevent that.
About a minute remaining. Lock Haven trying to get up 3-0 on Bloomsburg. Parker McClellan, the sophomore, goes against Kyle Murphy, Bloomsburg senior. Spin around again. McClellan attempts it again.
So at this point, McClellan has that riding time locked up, so in effect it's a 2-0 lead at this point. Even a takedown would just tie it up. So McClellan just needs to keep working here, prevent the takedown, which Murphy in on a deep shot there. McClellan has the whizzer in, preventing that, done a good job getting out of that situation.
the backside of the mat they dance with 30 to go. You called it. And again, and that's that McClellan length. He's able to give himself a few extra seconds when Murphy attempts to go in on a shot just due to the length advantage.
Yep.
Down to 15 seconds to go in the third at 197. Parker McClellan, in theory, up 2-0. It reads 1-0 on the scoreboard. And Kyle Murphy needs to do something in a hurry, or Bloomsburg will be down 3-0.
Stall call warning against McClellan. 3 seconds left, so that shouldn't come into play.
Murphy slips and slides, attempts a late shot, but it doesn't matter. He loses 2-0. Lock Haven gets a 3-0 start as a team to the bout. And we go to the heavyweight spot. Jarrett Walters for Bloomsburg, 8-6, 0-2. In dual meets this year, he's lost 3 matchups in a row. Lock Haven with Trey Hartsock, who split his time at the Messiah Duels over the weekend, went 1-1 there, and lost his matchup in the Rumble in the Jungle down at Red Line Area High School. Hartsock being the smaller guy in this one, John, what will he have to do to counter the size that Walters at 6'4" brings to the table?
It's a matter of trying to use your quickness there. I mean, you get underneath those big guys as a smaller heavyweight, and sometimes the size just takes over. There's not a whole lot you can do. So, like I said, try to get in deep on those shots with the quickness. Use the leverage that he would have from getting in on a deep shot. Try to counter on the shots that he takes. Try to spin around behind for the takedowns, things like that.
Hartsock comes out there, 5-6 overall, 1-3 in those dual meets. He lost 5-1 to John Birchmeyer of Navy, talented young wrestler for the midshipmen. In neutral, here they go. On the right side is Hartsock, tangled up with Walters early. Walters trying to use that size for some leverage, but Hartsock has the quickness advantage as they slap away from each other, opening 20 seconds.
Yeah, for being as big as he is, he's also very athletic as well, so it's going to be a tough matchup for Hartsock.
Walters, one of the most improved guys on Marcus Gordon's team, told me before they matched up against Bucknell a couple of weeks ago. Really impressed with the way Walters has worked. He didn't get into the lineup for the Huskies until late last year, but now he's a regular for Bloomsburg as they're knotted up at 0, opening 50 seconds at the heavyweight spot. Second of 10 bouts tonight. Lock Haven up 3-0 as a team. Trying to get its first MAC win. Lock Haven lost its only conference bout to Central Michigan here for the Whiteout a couple of weeks ago. Lock Haven trying to win its 6th straight over Bloomsburg. Last year beat the Huskies 36-6. With a minute 45 to go in the first here at the heavyweight spot, not much doing early.
Once again, each wrestler trying to size each other up, trying to look for that opening to get the initial shot and score the initial points in the match.
Imagine it has to be helpful for Hartsock, who he's faced a lot of bigger guys in his time here at the Haven, but having a few weeks ago wrestled a guy in Matt Stenzel here, who's just a behemoth of a man from Central Michigan, a top 10 ranked wrestler, and he handled him pretty well when they wrestled here a couple weeks back.
Yeah, he actually was very impressive against Stenzel with being a top 10 guy, also having a sizable advantage in weight. So he did really well with that. He never gets, doesn't seem like he ever gets blown out. He's always in every match. It's just a lot of times it comes down to the size disadvantage. He'd be a perfect candidate. I know there's been a call around college wrestling to put in maybe 215, 225 type of, smaller heavyweight type of a weight class there. I know when Kyle Snyder was still wrestling, it was you heard a lot of that then. But if they did institute that weight class, Trey Hartsock would be a perfect candidate for it.
Well, it's good it worked out the way it did. If Snyder had the 225, maybe we never would have had Thomas Haynes here at the Haven. So I think things worked out for the best. So get tangled up. They spin around in the middle. 30 seconds to go in the first. Hartsock gets some trouble. And he's awarded
cradle.
2 is Jarrett Walters. 2-0 lead for Bloomsburg sophomore heavyweight.
And he had that cradle hooked up in a standing position, taking down the mat. Now he's got him over in his back. He's getting the count. I'm not sure from that position if he's going to be able to get him flat.
10 seconds to go in the first. Hartsock just needs to survive these last few seconds. He'll likely be down 6-0, but he keeps finding ways to just whirl his way out of it, and he does stay alive. They give him the 4 count to make it 6-0, but after a period, after 2 periods, I should say, after the fact that Walters was able to prevail there and at least stay in the match, it's worth something. Actually, this is the second period, I should say.
Correct.
So it is 6-0. And Hartsock is on top of Walters, down 6-0. It's 3-0 Lock Haven as a team. LHU trying to topple Bloomsburg. Now Hartsock working from the top position on the much larger Walters.
He flattened him out right away. Working the cross face there a little bit. Going to have to try to work from the top position, which is tough to do. Just fought off his back. Expended a lot of energy, and now having to work from the top position, trying to score some points against the bigger man.
Hartsock with a good hold of the body of Walters, trying to trip him over, and he does. He's getting the count going. See how long he can keep him down. Hartsock remains on top, and they say no. The official shakes his head. Hartsock did not have his shoulder blade down long enough to get a count. It's still a 6-0 deficit.
And there it is again, that tight waist tilt that is pulling him back, trying to expose the back. Looked like he had it for a few seconds there until the referee got around and it determined there was no back points on that one.
Minutes ago in the second period, 6-0 lead for Jarrett Walters, the Danville native. Bloomsburg wrestler on his feet, but not out of Hartsock's control yet, but now he is. Spins up and out, 7-0 advantage. Closing in on 45 seconds to go in the second. Go to 125 after this, where Lock Haven has Matt Maloney, a freshman, in there with Luke Warner sideline with the sprained ankle. In neutral, these two heavyweights go after it, with Walters having the size advantage. Hartsock, a little more experience, and only 30 seconds remaining here.
So Hartsock's working. He, tried to get a few of those tilts there, just didn't get the counts out of it. But now on his feet, trying to work that shot again, was in on half a shot there. So he's still working, trying to get back in this match. Down 7-0.
And we're down to the final few seconds. 7-0. Jarrett Walters, they push away, and they go to the third. And Trey Hartsock has some catching up to do. We'll have to find a way to defeat Jarrett Walters, and he's on top, so Jarrett Walters will likely get an escape here.
Yeah, and it sounds like the LHU bench over there talking about back points. I think they adamant that there should have been some scored in those tilt situations.
Hartsock had him down for a few seconds, and that certainly would have tilted the tide of this matchup with now a minute 40 to go. And
again,
Hartsock has him for second and a half.
Yeah, he cannot seem to get him back far enough to where he can start to get that count from the referee.
Minute 30 to go. Hartsock has some riding time. It's at 120, but that's all for naught. The only thing that might decide at this point is to whether this one's a decision or a major. Trey Hartsock trying to change that. Still riding tough and still trying to find a way to maneuver Walters over onto a shoulder blade.
Now we get a stall call against Walters on the bottom.
And he's just flopping around, and he has no incentive to do all that much down there.
No, he's up 7-0. A reversal would, at this point, get him the major, I guess, would be the only thing he could do that would be a bigger advantage than what he's already at.
And he also, if he gets an escape, it's now up 8-0. Of course, the riding time is there for Trey Hartsock, so in theory it's 8-1. So there is another point needed to flip this to a major decision for Jarrett Walters. Down to 35 seconds here at the 285 spot. Bout 2 of 10 between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. LHU won the first one, the 197 matchup between Parker McClellan and Kyle Murphy in a decision. That went 2-0. Closing in on 15 here. Tangled up to the backside of the mat. 8-0 Walters. Will be 8-1 with the riding time. And likely we're even at 3 with a decision here at the heavyweight position for Bloomsburg. Down to 5. Out of play with 3 seconds. And clock's at 2.
Stall call on Hartsock there. So each wrestler has a warning, but only 2 seconds left.
And they just back away and we're done. 8-1 is the final. Just a decision. 3-3 between the teams. Back for 125 after this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brew House in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brewhouse, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
A pair of freshmen take the mat in this dual meet. Sam Cooperman, John Conklin with you. Lock Haven and Bloomsburg have split the first 2 bouts. Now we go to 125 in this MAC East matchup. Matt Maloney for Lock Haven in the Crimson and Gray singlet here on their home turf. Goes against Christian Ganone, freshman
Maloney
from Manorville, New York.
Quick shot there, a single leg. He's got him hopping around.
Maloney pushes him right down.
Right.
Crowd wants 2. They don't give it to him. Ganone with a nice second effort. And he almost takes down Maloney, and now he does. He gets 2. It's 2-0 Christian Ganone, 1-6 on the year. And what good just... can't think of the right word, but he just stuck with Maloney after Maloney nearly threw him down.
Yeah, that was all hips. I mean, he was in a really precarious situation there, was able to hip out, get the leverage, come back, take him down to the mat, and Maloney tried to do an elevator type of a thing, but couldn't get him over, gave up the takedown, so now he got the escape, and we're 2-1 back on their feet.
That's how the opening minute starts at 125. 2 lightning-quick guys dancing around. Lock Haven without its everyday starter at the 125 spot, Luke Warner, Maloney's high school teammate at Bethlehem Liberty High School. Out with a sprained ankle he suffered against Central Michigan here a couple weeks ago. LHU and Bloomsburg knotted up at 3. Lock Haven looking to defeat Bloomsburg for the 6th straight time and stop it at 1:38 to go in the first. Knotted up 2-1. Matt Maloney of Lock Haven down here. He's 9-10 overall. Last week he wrestled at Red Lion Area High School against Logan Treaster of Navy, where he lost 10-4. Leverage for Ganone, the 1-6 Bloomsburg wrestler. The minute 20 to go in the first.
Yeah, I believe that match last week for Maloney was his first official match, right? That burned his red shirt. Is that correct?
Well, he wasn't redshirting, but it was his first official dual meet.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt Maloney has been wrestling this year, and not sure what the intention was as to. Maybe they did wrestle him unattached. That's a fair point as they bounce out to the left side. And wrestlers stay in play. Ganone tries to do his best to stay in. And now they bring him back to the middle, stopping at 56 to go in the first. And Luke Warner almost redshirted this year, which would have been an interesting wrinkle in the lineup. But Maloney here is the backup at 125 and wrestling in Warner's stead when need be. 2-1. Ganone on top of Maloney, who attempts to shot low. Double leg doesn't have it. Ganone gets around back, but can he flip down Maloney? No.
No takedown. Good action here at this match.
After a stagnant first couple of bouts here, John, this is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, that's when you go from the big guys right to the little guys. It's quite a change of pace. I see Maloney during the duels last week had an 11-second pin, which was the fastest pin in program history here. So that's an interesting achievement that he had over the weekend.
It's up to 3 pins on the year. The Messiah duels, Lock Haven wrestled Messiah, McDaniel, and Millersville. 2 D3 schools and a D2 school respectively. Kind of their barnstorming tour of District 3 area in Pennsylvania. 2-1 lead after 1 period for Ganone for Bloomsburg. Match knotted at 3, and Ganone looking for his first dual meet victory of the year. He gets top position to start the second against Lock Haven's Matt Maloney. Ganone sticks with him, goes for the hips. Maloney forced down. Riding time just over 30 seconds for Christian Ganone, the Manorville, New York native. In place of Willie Gerard, who's taken a red shirt this year, national qualifier last year, as Maloney spins up and out to even the score at 2. Maloney attempts a low shot, but Ganone just seems to be ready to get down there when Maloney isn't ready for it. And Maloney
nice
somehow
counter.
works on top of him, but they don't call it yet.
No control yet. Either wrestler back on their feet. No points.
These guys are just flipping and flopping all over the place.
Yeah, both very athletic, great hips, great body control, able to get out of some precarious situations. We did get stall warning against Ganone.
Now Maloney tries to flip Ganone over the back. Has control of
this looks like
one leg.
A stalemate in the making here.
Maloney maneuvers him over a little bit to avoid that happening.
Not.
Just 50 to go in the second period of 125. 2-2 is the score between these two wrestlers, two freshmen. Maloney, the Lock Haven backup. He's now in single leg. Ganone tries to flip him back over. Bloomsburg fans want two, and they get it. 4-2. Christian Ganone on top of Lock Haven's Matt Maloney. 30 seconds remaining in the second period.
Oh, there's a Peterson. On the headlock, he turned it into a headlock. They got the reversal, I believe.
We'll wait for the
They didn't
call
give him the reversal yet. There, they gave him the reversal.
And they do. Lock Haven was looking for that. Wasn't quite sure with that position, but they get tangled up, and what a remarkable job by Matt Maloney to spin his way on top to make it 4-4. Final seconds of the second period. 4-4 is the score.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a Peterson situation, but he didn't quite get it, and then he turned it into a headlock. Didn't have his back exposed, so the referee waited to give the 2 points, but he did get the reversal and knotted it up at 4.
5 seconds to go in the second. Who's our friend Peterson, John?
I have no idea where that comes from. As a kid, growing up, there was Rick Peterson was the famous heavyweight here at LHU. I always thought it was named after him, but I'm sure it was not. So I'm not sure who the Peterson was that invented that move.
Official consults with the clock operator at 5 seconds to go in the second. An exciting third period at 125 is upon us. After this, we go to 133, then 141 before a 10-minute intermission between Bloomsburg and Lock Haven. Scott Moore, Lock Haven's head coach, saying, let's go. Just want to keep things rolling.
Yeah, Bloomsburg coaches certainly have an issue with how that was scored, that last scramble. They're not getting any type of change in that from the referee, so we're still at 4-4.
4 seconds to go in the second. Excitement from both sides. Just waiting for the clock to be set and ready to go.
So 5 seconds.
Now they put that extra tick back on the clock. Lock Haven's Matt Maloney on top was able to score a reversal not too long ago in a move that's been dubbed the Peterson. Again, we cannot figure out the lineage of that, but
I'm sure Tom Elling knows. I could ask him. He's probably a couple rows down from me here.
Tom Elling is a walking encyclopedia of wrestling, literally and figuratively. 4-4 after 2 periods. We go to the third, and excitement at 125. This is big for Bloomsburg. Lock Haven has some cushion should this not go their way, but Bloomsburg needs to take every bout it can get. Maloney and Ganone, two young guys, getting some action here.
Yeah, definitely providing some entertainment here for the crowd. A lot of action in this match.
Maloney on top to begin the third. Ganone spins away. Breaks the tilt. 5-4. He's up by 1 in neutral. Riding time at this point pretty inconsequential as Maloney dives and misses. Reshot taken by Ganone. Doesn't have it. Spin around. Quick guys at 125. They can move fast, and now they sprawl out with 1.5 minutes remaining. Stalemate, 1:30 to go. Back in neutral. 5-4, Ganone in front. Maloney for Lock Haven.
He's in
double
on a
leg. Going for it.
Ganone over his back.
Now Maloney flips him right back over. Official says no, not yet. But Maloney looking for control. Not yet, but Maloney in a really good spot if he can just gather himself around back. Lock Haven coach is waiting for it. They're waiting for it. Everybody on their feet. And now he is his back exposed. He has to be careful. 1 minute to go. Nothing called. And now Maloney has to be careful because Ganone could topple him here. 5-4 lead for Ganone. 50 seconds to go.
Both wrestlers are putting themselves into situations that are potentially dangerous situations for each of them, but back and forth in control, and Ganone finally gets the takedown, comes around.
Wraps up the left leg of Matt Maloney, and now it's 7-4 Canone. Maloney in a great spot. Lockhaven's coaching staff is frustrated. They were all up in unison screaming too. They wanted that takedown for Maloney. Didn't get it. 20 to go in the third, 7-4. And at 1:25, Lockhaven looks like it will give up 3 points to Bloomsburg, and the Huskies will take a 6-3 lead unless something changes in these final 6 seconds. Maloney tries to get up. Can't pirouette his way up there. Riding time will not factor in. 7-4 is the final, and it's Christian Ganone for Bloomsburg to take the victory for the Huskies. 6-3 is the score. Now we go to 133, John, as that one concludes. And DJ Fellman for Lockhaven, who's on a nice little tear for the Haven. He's won 4 in a row, 2-time national qualifier. He'll match up with redshirt freshman Josh Mason from Blue Mountain High School in Pennsylvania. What are you expecting from Fellman here on his home mat?
Well, I believe Fellman's going for win number 100 with this match. So I would think he's going to come out ball fire and try to do something exciting here for the crowd, something big for his 100th win. So we'll see. I think it should be a good one.
He'll try to be the 22nd wrestler in Lockhaven history to get that feat. He's at 99-40 for his career. 11-5 on the year, 5-0 in dual meets. Fellman on the right, crimson and gray singlet. On the left, Josh Mason, 9-4, 2-0 in dual meets. A little bit of length on DJ Fellman, but Fellman has some quickness as he grabs the right leg of Mason, but can't get around back yet. And Fellman, it's a little bit of exposure right now, has to be careful, but he's a vet, composed.
He's got the leg trying to work back around there. There's potentially dangerous. The knee was getting tweaked there a little bit too much.
Bloomsburg up 6-3 as a team on Lockhaven after 3 bouts. Fellman and Mason with some hand fighting early. 30 seconds gone by at 1:33. DJ attempts a shot at the single leg left side of Mason, but Mason fends him off again with that length and a little more strength maybe, but then Fellman with some lightning quickness to get around back and score a takedown. 2-0 DJ Fellman. Riding time on, but then off as Mason gets up.
Oh, Fellman with a nice duck under there.
2-1 the score. Mason got a quick escape, and then as you mentioned, John, Fellman goes for the duck under. Mason there to try to force him off. Then Fellman getting a hold of both legs with his back to Mason. Mason right now on his head, in the middle of the mat, with 1:50 to go in the first.
Fellman trying to spin around there and get control.
What are you seeing from Josh Mason early here, John, as they whistle it dead?
A whole lot of counter wrestling there. I mean, obviously he was just trying to get a stalemate out of that, which he did. But it looks like he's just trying to counter these shots taken by Fellman at this point. Fellman's using his quickness. That takedown that he got, he let him up really quick, spun around to the front, working the front, let him up, trying to just, I think, rack up some points here on Mason.
Fellman beat Casey Cobb of Navy 9-3 in the decisive match in the Red Line Area High School, Rumble in the Jungle on Friday. Stop it again at 1:21. Have to bring him back to the middle. DJ Fellman got a quick takedown. Josh Mason propped himself up soon after. That's the scoring we have in match number 4 of 10 in the evening between Lockhaven and Bloomsburg. LHU Saturday at Clarion by that broadcast, 7 o'clock start.
So stall call against Mason.
Fellman kicks him down.
Fellman in on another one again. Mason just drops down on that right leg. Same situation.
Haven't scored it yet, though.
I don't think.
Now they do.
There they do. No, he waved it off. He still has that leg underneath him, which at some point, there it is.
4-1 DJ Fellman. It took him a while to finally secure the takedown, but it is 2 for that takedown. 40 seconds to go in the first. DJ Fellman with a 3-point cushion on redshirt freshman for Bloomsburg, Josh Mason. 32 seconds remain in the first. Fellman has 25 seconds of riding time. A little bit of a slow start to the year for DJ Fellman, but he's turned it on of late. The MAC East Wrestler of the Week honors certainly display that.
Yeah, that was a great match he wrestled there to get the decisive victory for LHU against Navy last week at Red Line High School.
Mason steps up, 20 seconds to go in the first, 4-2 the score. Even against Central Michigan, DJ Fellman was able to gather a win by major decision. Head-to-head with Mason, pushes him off to the left side. Can't have anything in play. Back to the middle. 4 seconds to go in the first. Lock Haven's DJ Fellman looks in position to go to the second period with a 4-2 lead at the 133 spot, and that's the case.
Fellman defers.
Fellman.
It looks like Mason takes top position, which is probably I didn't want to get on the bottom against Fellman. Fellman's good at riding from the top position, so also seems to be taking it to him from the neutral position. So makes sense that he took the top in this case.
Tough bout for Josh Mason, and again, he's 2-0 in duels thus far. He's got wins at Bucknell and Ryder. Fellman burrowing down in the middle of the mat, trying to find the right time to use that energy to get up, and nearly has it, but still the arms of Mason are around him, and now they're not. Nice spinorama from Fellman to make it 5-2 on the escape. Minute 30 and counting to go in the second period.
And there's a stall from fleeing the mat. So that's a point now awarded for Fellman.
6-2 is the lead. Mason is ready to flee from the redshirt senior DJ Fellman. Fellman, the win will put him at 100 career victories. The 22nd wrestler to accomplish that, his teammate Kyle Shoup. Got that feat last year. Just about a minute to go in the second. 6-2 Fellman. Riding time to this point, inconsequential.
1 minute.
Fellman tries to yank him down, has to be careful. And now he gets on top and around back. 2 for the takedown. DJ Fellman with some separation, 8-2 advantage.
Did a nice job working that left arm, yanked him down, able to spin back behind him then and get the takedown. So very nice quickness and athleticism showed by Fellman there on that.
About 30 seconds remaining in the second period at 1:33. 1:41 is up next where Lock Haven sends Kyle Shoup out to reigning All-American. And they bounce out of play to the left with 23 seconds to go in the second period and 40 seconds of riding time to DJ Fellman's name.
Fellman looks like he wants to punish him from the top position here. He's very good at that. We'll see if he can ride him out here for the rest of the period.
2 pins, a tech, and 3 majors on the year for Fellman. 11-5 overall. 5-0 in dual meets. He wrestled in the Messiah duels and went 3-0 there. Not all the starters did, but Fellman just holds firm on top and rides out the second. Riding time up to 1:03, 8-2 lead. Fellman goes into the third with a good opportunity to get Lock Haven back on top in this dual meet. Down 6-3 to Bloomsburg right now.
Fellman chose neutral position to start.
Mason looking to work on his tilt and then move the right arm up top. Fellman attempts to use the leg to kick him away. Now goes for a single leg, and there's a kickstand and a takedown. DJ Fellman is a tough guy to go against. 10-2 for Fellman. He leads, and Mason is running out of time.
Fellman lets him up.
Escape Mason.
10-3 after the escape. Fellman has riding time. It'll come down to the final few seconds, likely, for that to be a factor. But if you factor in riding time, that does become 11-3 and a major for DJ. But Fellman closing in on his 100th career victory at Lock Haven. Needs to fend off a late push from Josh Mason, Bloomsburg's redshirt freshman. Fellman attempting to go low. Mason seems to be reading his moves well, but again, time is a factor. Under a minute to go. Mason a couple double leg shots, doesn't have it. Fellman sprawls out.
Yeah, Mason just down, trying to block anything, trying to block Fellman from getting any points, and unable to there. Fellman gets around for another takedown, so at least ice is a major decision most likely here. Get some bonus points for the Bald Eagles.
Seemed like a little bit of defeat there for Mason. He just tried to reach for Fellman's legs, didn't have it, and Fellman scampered around back. 12-3 lead for DJ Fellman, 2-time national qualifier, one of the core guys for Lock Haven, redshirt senior. 12-3 advantage. He has he's clinched the riding time. That'll put it at 13-3, and a major decision is just about down pat. Feldman remains on top. He'll eclipse just about 2 minutes of riding time, and he'll have the 13-3 advantage. And DJ Feldman will join the 100-win club at Lock Haven. 22nd wrestler to get it, and that's quite an illustrious group at this university. 13-3, Feldman by major decision over Josh Mason, and that gives Lock Haven as a team a 7-6 lead. And the crowd cheers for Feldman, who has won his 100th career matchup. What an accomplishment.
Definitely. That's a very elite class of wrestler here at LHU that has achieved 100 wins in their career, and DJ Feldman is now part of that group.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for DJ Feldman.
An extra long appreciation for DJ Feldman, and rightfully getting the claps from the crowd that has turned out to the Thomas Fieldhouse tonight. Lock Haven as a team is leapt in front of Bloomsburg. 7-6 is now the score with the 4 points for major decision. Those bonus points always so huge. Marlon Argueta Diaz hits the mat for Bloomsburg, 3-2 on the year. His first dual meet. All of his matchups have come at the Clarion Open. The lineup for Bloomsburg has taken a lot of reshuffling this year from head coach Marcus Gordon. Lock Haven gets Kyle Shoup. 5-2, 1-1 in dual meets. Still trying to find his footing. Yet to get a tech fall this year. Last year and the year before. National leader in that. Shoup aggressive early. Gets overhead of Argueta Diaz. Trying to force him down.
Diaz in on a shot.
Has Shoup's right leg, and Shoup, good lower body strength. He'll try to prop himself over the back. Yet to do so, 0-0. Opening 25 seconds, and Shoup nearly on top. Almost has a takedown, and now he does. 2-0 Kyle Shoup, and being on the bottom when Kyle Shoup is riding is a really bad spot to be in. Argueta Diaz halfway up already.
Up to his feet. Shoup bringing him back down to the mat at the edge.
Shoup, only his head is the only thing in play, but then they flip back in. Not out of play yet, now they are. To the backside, 2:14 to go in the first. At 141, the last weight class before the intermission between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. 2-0 lead for Kyle Shoup here. One quick takedown to start the first period. LHU trying to head into the Christmas break with a little bit of steam. Have Clarion on Saturday night, and then after that, LHU gets 3 or 4 days for the guys to go home, regroup, recharge, and then get ready for the Southern Scuffle to kick off the new year. 2-0 for Kyle Shoup. Riding time up to 40 seconds. He's yet to really work from that top position, though. He's remained on top, but he hasn't done much else.
Yeah, there's looks like he's almost had that tilt there coming back.
Aaron Coleman was listed as the alternate for Bloomsburg. He's wrestled 2 dual meets, but he's not wrestling tonight. Argueta Diaz gets the call. Kyle Shoup still with that 2-0 lead. Looking to do a little bit more. The top position on Argueta Diaz.
He's got him broke down there. He's got that arm trying to wrench him over. There it is. He's got the
shoulder blade down for a second. Now they're trying to work in a count. And now Shoup getting that count. He's back up top, and he gets the 4. 6-0 Kyle Shoup getting some points. Last year against Bloomsburg, Kyle Shoup was able to win via tech fall against Coleman in 2:29. And now there's more counts. Again. This is what we're used to seeing here from Shoup. Give him 2. 8-0 Shoup. 50 to go in the first. Kyle Shoup has ridden strong after that initial takedown. Now Shoup goes for more.
Again.
Argueta Diaz, a young guy, freshman from Meriden, Connecticut. And he's going against one of the top guys in the country at 141. An All-American there last year. 4 more for Shoup. 12-0, still 30 seconds to go in the first. The crowd hoping Shoup can capture his first tech fall of the year. He's getting awfully close to it.
He's still controlling that arm, so he's in a good position to get him back over. There he's got him exposed again on the edge of the mat.
Shoup keeps his body in. Argueta Diaz does not, and it doesn't matter. That's 4 points, and it's done. 16-0.
First period tech fall, so impressive. That's the Kyle Shoup we're used to seeing. Great win. Get some more bonus points for the Bald Eagles going into the break here. if they're going to take a break. I'm not even sure if they are, but
well, this is should be the intermission. I don't know if Bloomsburg knows it. Was the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking
And now we do get the confirmation. It is the intermission. 12-6, Kyle Shoup gets a tech fall in what amounted to less than a period of action, getting to peak form. Lock Haven 12, Bloomsburg 6, halfway through this dual meet. We're coming back to the Thomas Fieldhouse on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this.
First Quality in Lock Haven and McElhatton is recruiting new team members. Take advantage of stability and progression, new competitive wages, shift differential, bonuses, paid holidays, vacation, and a full benefits package. There are immediate openings in Lock Haven and McElhatton for production, maintenance, and warehouse positions. To apply, go online at firstquality.com/join us. That's firstquality.com/join us. First Quality is an equal opportunity employer.
At Woodlands Bank, you don't have to worry about bank closures, name changes, or unplanned fees. Our customers' priorities are our top priority. We offer several personal and business accounts that are rewarding and don't charge a monthly service fee or require a minimum balance. Does your bank do that? Visit woodlandsbank.com to learn more about our products and services or stop by any of our 8 convenient locations in a neighborhood near you. Experience community banking the way it should be. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient locations. Woodlands Bank, member FDIC, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Some restrictions apply. Visit woodlandsbank.com for full account details.
Ho, 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 Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna
Shouldn't you be getting ready for your big trip?
I am. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't
How
about a trip to PAMP for lottery tickets? They make great Christmas gifts. They're easy to carry and easier to wrap. And who knows, I could win and head off to Coco.
I think the boss is cuckoo, but he has a great idea. Lottery tickets from PAMP. They're in Pleasant Gap at 136 South Harrison Road.
Can I wear Bermuda shorts in Jamaica?
Shave your legs.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brewhouse in Lock Haven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lock Haven. Broken Axe Brewhouse, a big supporter of Lock Haven University sports.
Lock Haven University, unrivaled in quality, affordability, and value. At the Haven, you are uniquely you. With real-world experience in your major as early as your freshman year, you'll unlock a world of opportunities alongside our experienced faculty who know your name. There is plenty to do, all while providing outstanding academic programs and a culture where learning is always the priority. For more information on how you can soar higher at the Haven, visit lockhaven.edu.
Cutting Edge Country on the Bear.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin back at the Thomas Fieldhouse halfway through the Lock Haven Bloomsburg dual meet. LHU looking to extend its streak over Bloomsburg to 6 straight dual meet victories. Lock Haven has a 12-6 advantage after a Kyle Shoup tech fall in 2:48 ended the first half of the dual meet. Lock Haven was down 6-3 at one point, but won the last 2 matchups with bonus points. DJ Fellman, major decision. Kyle Shoup, tech fall, and that's what Coach Scott Moore and the entire coaching staff and the Lock Haven fans, for that matter, were looking to see out of their veteran wrestlers. Shoup, 16-0 tech fall over Marlon Argueta Diaz in 2:48. DJ Fellman earns his 100th career victory with a 12-3 major decision over Josh Mason of Bloomsburg. At the 125 spot, we had a tight bout, but Matt Maloney of Lock Haven lost to Christian Ganone, and that was 8-4 the final. Heavyweight spot, that was a decision that went to Jarrett Walters, 8-3, major decision, should say, for that matter. Well, they put it at 8-3. I thought it was 7. No, it's 8-1. I'm looking at Twitter to recap the scores, because I'm like, no, that's a decision, and the scoreboard has it at that. It was 8-1 with the riding time that Hartsock had. which means that it's still a decision, not a major, which is important. And also Lock Haven was able to capture the 197 bout that opened things up. Parker McClellan 2-0 over Kyle Murphy. So, John, we look back at this first half of the dual meet. What stood out to you about the way the Bald Eagles wrestled?
Well, I think they had a tough one there at 25. It was an action-packed back and forth. LHU's Matt Maloney just came out on the losing end of that one, but it was a great match, great effort. And then heading into the 33 and 41, they got exactly what they were hoping for out of two of their big guns to get them the bonus points, get them at a 12-6 advantage here heading into the second half of the match, where I see them matching up well to get continue to get some bonus points going into that showcase match there at 184 to wrap things up. So I would expect to see LHU extend their lead here in these next few matches, possibly with some bonus. The Clucker match at 57. Creed is a heck of a wrestler, but Clucker has already pinned him in 35 seconds when they met earlier in this year, so a little bit of history there. We could see, like I said, LHU extend the lead, and then we'll have that showcase match there with Hazel and Allard to finish things off.
An exciting second half of the matchup, that is for sure. And Brockport and Gavin Hale start off the 149-pound matchup. That is the 6th of 10 tonight between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. Lock Haven has won 3 of the first 5 bouts, but bonus points in those last 2 for LHU. Really the decisive factor at this point. 12-6 cushion for Lock Haven over its local rival Bloomsburg. LHU looking to move to 5-1 on the year and 1-1 in the MAC. Coming back to the Thomas Fieldhouse in a few minutes after this on the Bear Country Sports Network.
We are Chapel Physical Therapy. Shouldn't your physical therapist be as invested in your recovery as you are? Call 570-726-0331 for Chapel Physical Therapy, where you'll receive the one-on-one care you deserve. Whether your goal is to return to high-level athletics, work, lifting your child, keeping up with the grandkids, or simply bending over without pain, we're here to get you out there faster and stronger. Achieve your goals with Chapel Physical Therapy. 570-726-0331. Route 64 between Mill Hall and Lamar.
PSECU believes your money should stay where it belongs, with you. That's why they charge few, if any, fees. Become a member today at psecu.com. Proud sponsor of the Bald Eagles.
Sam Cooperman and John Conklin back with you. Quickly back on the mats. Lock Haven, Brockport, Bloomsburg with Gavin Hale. The beginning of the second half of this dual meet. LHU looking to extend this lead. 12-6 right now as a team. Brockport with some early hand fighting against Gavin Hale, a guy who hasn't won a whole lot. Sophomore from Downingtown, 1-19 in his career. Port, kid out of Belfont, 26-17 career. 6-3 this year, 1-1 in dual meets. And two wrestlers get tangled up early, first 30 seconds of a quick intermission.
Yeah, I think Mr. Hale was out there ready to roll before the break started, so maybe they sped it up a little bit to get everybody out there ready to go again. But no, they're both working at each other, feeling each other out a little bit, trying to set up their shots. Both of them have had at least one shot so far. Both of them able to get out of each other's shots. So still working from the neutral position.
A little spinorama right now between both of these guys. Hale trying to go around back first, didn't have it, and then Port trying to return the favor. Still 0-0. Opening minute at 1:49. Last year when these two teams met at Bloomsburg, the real time from start to finish was under an hour, and this one goes a little longer with the intermission, but pretty quick bout thus far. Lock Haven with a tech fall in the 5th matchup at 141. Kyle Shoup's first of the year. That was exciting for the fans. A relief from the coaching staff also, finally to see their reigning All-Americans start to look back into regular form as Port goes in low. Has a single leg, tries to flip over, Hale around back.
Yeah, I have no doubt Shoup will be back into form. I mean, he has another match here against Clarion on Saturday. But Southern Scuffle, just a tough tournament. He's going to see some top-notch competition there, and we'll see what he can do against those guys. But, some good matches here to get him back, to where he needs to be.
Port trying to maneuver down Hale, yet to do so, and now he almost does and has the wrap-up with the takedown. 2-0 Port, riding time on in the final minute of the first. Port last year, tech fall at Gavin Hale, 15-0. Port remains sprawled out over him.
So
it was actually
trying to do the same tilt Shoop was doing. Oh, he's got.
That was a lightning quick pin.
Wow, I didn't think he had his shoulders down, but he was facing the other direction. So great pin there.
Rockport
off the tilt
with his second pin of the year moves to 7-3. We weren't expecting that, but that's the beauty of wrestling. It can happen real quick. Yeah. Rockport wins via fall to balloon this lead to 18-6 for Lock Haven and start putting Bloomsburg in a position where Huskies are running out of time. We go to 157 next, but Rockport wins that one in 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, get a fall off a tilt. We just saw it there. He just pulled him over and must have just touched both shoulder blades down, and the referee was right there to see it and call the fall. So nice to get 6 points and further extend that lead for the Bald Eagles.
A guy who's come out strong for Lock Haven this year, Alex Clucker, number 18 per Flow Wrestling at 157. Had a 40-second pin on Friday against Scout Schedule of Navy. Right now, he gets tangled up with Alex Carita of Bloomsburg, a guy, as you mentioned, John, who Clucker was able to pin earlier this year. But Carita's wrestled some ranked guys pretty tough. 6'4" loss to Jesse Delavecchia of Ryder, a top 10 guy. Top 15 guy, Zach Hartman of Bucknell, went to a decision with him. But Clucker looking to get around back to the left, and it's awarded quickly before they bounce out of play. 28 seconds in, 2-0 Clucker. Riding time on, and Clucker will be on top.
Just great body control there by Clucker to be able to get out of that position, get flipped around in control, get the takedown when in a spot where he was in danger of giving up a takedown.
Carita extends his right leg, trying to find a way to get out of Clucker's control, and Clucker, one of the best in this team with throws. He's just so strong. Scout Schedule from Navy found that out the hard way on Friday.
Right. Yeah, and I see Carita has a 4-1 win against Colby Ho earlier in the season, which Colby Ho from DuBois, but has been wrestling very well for George Mason. So that's a quality win, Carita. So yeah, I think he's a very game opponent here. Obviously got pinned earlier in the season, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him put up a fight here and give Clucker a good match.
Want to play the common opponent game? Ho was able to major decision Clucker here last year in the whiteout, but Clucker returned the favor at EWLs on the route to Pittsburgh. Clucker just throwing around Carita right here. Opening minute and a half of the first period. 2-0 Alex Clucker. Minute of riding time already to his name. Just trying to find the right time to search for some back points. Now might be that time. Has a shoulder blade down. Counts are coming. Clucker keeps him down. Not enough.
Nothing awarded.
It was close. Minute 10 to go in the first. Some fans think there should have been a 2. Screaming out 2, and then they bounce out of play once again. Minute 7 to go in the first. 2-0 Alex Clucker. Lock Haven up 18-6 over Bloomsburg. A victory here, which Lock Haven is close to securing. Be the 6th straight over the Huskies. Clock back on. Clucker ready to roll. Tries to get underhook in with his right arm. Right across the collarbone of Carita. Tries to scramble his way up. Can't do so. Clucker, sturdy, keeps him down there.
He secured that right leg. Back.
It's both of his legs draped around Alex Carita's right leg and gives him very little room to pivot. Just about 30 seconds to go in the first period of 157. Lock Haven with the pin from Brockport at 149 moments ago. They really burst this match wide open. It's now a 12-point advantage for Lock Haven. Lock Haven was down 6-3. Since then, 15 straight points. Rattled off by the Bald Eagles. A major from DJ Fellman. Tech fall Kyle Shoop. And then that pin to start the second half of this matchup. Down to the final 5 seconds of the first period. Clucker has over 2:30 of riding time and a 2-0 lead to his advantage going into the second against Alex Carita of Bloomsburg.
So Clucker defers, and Carita takes neutral to start the second period.
Can imagine after that first he's not taking bottom. I think that's
yes,
just about a certainty. Alex Carita, sophomore from Hackettstown, New Jersey. As Coach Marcus Gordon said, that key for Carita is to stay out of the big point moves. And
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't know that neutral is a much better option with Clucker and the things that he can pull out from that standing position.
Set upper body strength to Clucker. Once he gets a hold of you, he can toss you around like a rag doll, and Carita has to be careful. Tries to go low. Clucker keeps his distance. Minute 30 remaining in the second. 2-0 lead for Alex Clucker. 2.5 minutes of riding time. Really dominant first. But Carita attempts a shot. Clucker twists around to avoid getting taken down. Right in the middle of the mat. Inching towards the near side. Now Clucker gets a hold over top of Alex Carita. Looking for some momentum to toss him down.
1 minute.
I love fans giving their input to guys. You have to wonder if a Division I wrestler is listening to somebody in the crowd saying you should do this with your body. I can't fathom a high percentage of them do.
Yeah, I think the only person that's really listening sometimes out there, maybe the referee hearing some of the crowd barking. I doubt the wrestlers are hearing much of that.
Yeah, you got tunnel vision when you're out there. These guys zero in on their opponent. The only voices they're hearing are the guys that are out there coaching them.
Correct.
Down to 30 seconds to go in the second. They dance around the middle of the mat. 2-0 Clucker. Started this period in neutral. The wrestlers have remained that way. Alex Carita, sophomore for Bloomsburg. 7-6 on the year. He's had ranked opponents in now all 3 dual meets. Looking for that first victory in a dual meet situation this year. And looking tough to get it here. He's down to the final 5 seconds of the second. Down 2-0 with riding time for Clucker. Nearing clinched. Not there yet, but close to it. Go to the third. Alex Clucker looking to secure a victory for Lock Haven.
So no points there in the second period. A lot of tying up, a lot of attempted shots. Nobody able to score any points.
Clucker on bottom. Alex Carita. Lessening that riding time as we go. Minute 50 remaining here. 165 up next, where Lock Haven goes with redshirt freshman Caleb Clymer. He battles Nate Newberry, senior for Bloomsburg. Veteran on youngster. Should be an interesting matchup. Lock Haven looking to pull away from Bloomsburg. A pin by Brockport at 149. It's close to sealing the deal for Lock Haven. The last matchup of this one is the most anticipated one, 184. 2 top 15 guys in Trevor Allard of Bloomsburg and Corey Hazel of Lock Haven. Go toe-to-toe to conclude the dual meet.
So Clucker trying to work up and out. Now Carita finally lets him out.
He tried to get that riding time diminished. It's down to a minute 47. So in theory, if Carita can pull something crazy here, it's not out of the question to limit that, but he has to do so in the next 13 seconds. 3-0 Clucker. Riding time at 147. 55 seconds to go. You do the math, that minute's almost clinched.
Yep.
And now it is. Clucker has that phantom extra point that'll make it 4-0 at the moment. Clucker looking for some bonus points, and he'll have to work promptly with only 35 seconds to go.
Looks like he's trying to set something up upper body here.
Clucker's
not able
strengths.
to get it. Yep.
Carita, after getting ridden most of the first, has really done a good job, and he gets around back for a late takedown. 2 for Carita.
He's got to let him up, which he is.
Now you just start playing the 2-for-1 game to make it 4-2, which is really 5-2 with that riding time. Carita needs something in the last 10 seconds here. Late takedown against Clucker to secure that it'll just be a decision, but that's about all he can do. Carita needs something late here, and he will not get it. 5-2 Alex Clucker with riding time. Bald Eagles of Lock Haven have clinched the dual meet. LHU up 21-6 over the Bloomsburg Huskies. We're coming back for the 165 matchup on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this.
The people at Kurt's Smokin' Ribs are excited and proud to support Lock Haven University athletics, providing the area with outstanding barbecue, wood-fired pizza, wings, and more for 12 years. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, 243 Pennsylvania Avenue in Mill Hall. 570-726-RIBS. That's 570-726-RIBS. And find them online at kurtzsmokinribs.com. Kurt's Smokin' Ribs, happy to bring you coverage of the Lock Haven Bald Eagles.
WQBR, Avis, Williamsport, State College, your home for LHU athletics.
Sam Cooperman, John Conklin back with you at the Thomas Fieldhouse. 21-6, Lock Haven is the team. Secured a victory over the Bloomsburg Huskies, and LHU trying to find a way to just wrap this thing up. In theory, Bloomsburg still could. You need bonus points at every spot, but it's just about wrapped up. Lock Haven with Caleb Clymer at 165, talented redshirt freshman, 2018 state champ.
I believe this is Austin Bell, that's who they have shown here.
Oh, they do. Thought I heard Caleb Clymer.
Yeah, they told us Clymer. I think they pulled a fast one on us here.
Might have. It is Austin Bell. Yep.
Yep.
It is Austin Bell, so let's reset here. Austin Bell. Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania native, Pittsburgh transfer. When you have that or in there, you never know. You could do as you said.
Yep.
10-4 on the year is Bell. Dances around with his opponent, Nate Newberry. Now you have two experienced guys going at it instead of Clymer, who has experience, just a little bit different experience. Opening minute gone by in the first at 165. Bell tries to set himself up for a shot. But Newberry gets a hold of his left leg. Bell sprawls out. Has to try to maneuver his body around back right now. Could be coming to a stalemate here. And there it is with 1:26 to go in the first. Clock keeps blinking to the left of us here, John, and that always gets me very nervous when you have clock situations. But right now, looks like Newberry might be in some pain. He's attended to in the middle of the mat.
Yeah, I didn't see the blinking clock. A lot of times that's when they go to injury time, the clock starts blinking, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, it's good now. It was happening for a few seconds, and always got to be wary of that.
Yep.
Had clock issues during a few dual meets already this year. Lock Haven up 21-6 as a team, trying to prevail over Bloomsburg. Huskies need to win this to stay alive.
I always have sympathy for the clock operators. The good ones you don't ever notice. If you're the subject of the crowd's attention, then you're not doing a very good job. So, but it's a tough job.
Yeah, certainly commend all who
Absolutely.
do that to make this thing work. We're back to it. 1:20 to go in the first at 165. Just two more bouts after this. Lock Haven goes 174 with Jared Segrist. And then the top 15 showdown, Hazel and Allard.
Bell got poked in the eye there.
Another stoppage. Bell just shakes it off, regroups. Back in there in the crimson and gray singlet. Black and maroon for the Bloomsburg Huskies. Two teams, Lock Haven and Bloomsburg, with a lot of history in this sport. Lock Haven's built itself back up. Bloomsburg still in that rebuilding phase, but getting there. A guy like Trevor Allard will certainly help that.
Yeah.
Get some national attention this
Willie
year.
Gerard, that's on redshirt this year.
Now Bell with a quick move on a single leg, has his legs around back of his opponent here and that of Newberry. Yet to record a takedown. Newberry fighting tough.
Bell trying to get his leg out from the grip.
Under that hip of Newberry is his left leg. If Bell can just get that left leg out of there, he has a takedown, but it's not. But now Bell looking for back points. He still has to record that takedown, and he can't do it. Newberry doing a good job with some fortitude here.
Yeah, Newberry in a good position now.
That's the thing.
Bell's got to be careful. And there he let go so he didn't get his back exposed and get in an even worse position.
2-0 Newberry, late takedown, trying to record back points, but not enough time. Nate Newberry gets claps from his side, and Newberry has a little bit of a more favorable matchup this year. Last year, when he faced Lock Haven, he went to 157, and he was pinned by Alex Clucker in 1:08.
Okay.
Well, a little more even competition here. Newberry top to begin the second. Austin Bell is to be frustrated because he nearly had Newberry in a tough spot.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Tide's flipped. 21-6 for Bloomsburg here to make something happen. They'll need to, unless they want to tie this thing up, they'll need to get bonus points at every weight class. You have one room where you can just get a decision, just doing the math, but
Yeah, Bell trying to come up and out, trying to work out from the bottom position. Bell Newberry doing a good job of bringing him back to the mat. Hitting that cross face, grabbing the leg in the back there, just a punishing ride here. Now ripping across the front of his face.
Bell remains down. He's flattened with 1:15 to go in the second.
Yep, Newberry looking like I guess a bow and arrow, I believe they call that. Just a punishing top ride maneuver.
Yeah, that's one where you grab one leg and then have diagonal on the arm on the bottom. You can imagine what a bow and arrow would look like, and Bell is getting worn out here.
Yeah, he's looking to punish him from the top, and he's doing a good job of it so far. Bell still working to get out, and there he is. Almost has his leg out. He has that arm.
On his feet, and they say one. Escape for Austin Bell. 38 seconds to go in the second, and
got some blood.
Third stoppage of the first period and a half between these two. 2-1, Austin Bell down, and now he'll get some quick coaching from the right side of the mat. Scott Moore, Nate Carr Jr., Ronnie Perry, Ryan Solomon, Rob Leichel all there to chat with their redshirt junior who went 3-0 at the Messiah Duels over the weekend. Did not wrestle in the dual meet with Navy, but Bell, someone that came in from Pittsburgh last year. Two-time third place in the state, 160-24 in high school. So
yeah,
there is that potential there. You just have to unlock it.
116-24 with District 7 competition out there. He was a heck of a high school wrestler. Very solid collegiate wrestler as well.
Career mark for him, bridging the two schools, 31-29. Still with 2 years of eligibility here. Waiting to get him back in the middle. Wipe up that blood. Newberry for Bloomsburg. 5'8" senior. He's 4-3 on the year, 2-0 in dual meets. Had a major decision against Bucknell, and then a decision at Ryder. Neutral, final 30 seconds of the second. Bell was down for most of this period, and 1:23 of riding time for Newberry explains that, but a little bit of time for Bell to make something happen here. A little bit of slippage from Newberry. Bell looks to pounce.
Yep.
Newberry recovers. Bell completely out of play. Now Newberry is two to the left side with 6 seconds to go. Back to neutral we go in the middle. Last few seconds here. A little bit of dancing, some hand fighting, and that's all it is. 2-1, Austin Bell down by 1. Riding time in Newberry's favor to begin the third. Bell will have to make something happen, and he has top position to start the third frame at 165. Newberry's down, and Bell nearly was the one that was the aggressor in the first period. He tries to be here, spins him around, but Newberry earns an escape. A little bit too much force on that, and it's 3-1 Nate Newberry. Back in neutral they are, and now Austin Bell is at the disadvantage with leverage, and they stop it with 1:41 to go. Bell trying to find a way to capture something late. There is that 1:11 riding time advantage still for Newberry.
A minute and a half left. Austin Bell, there's another stalemate. He needs to pick it up and force some action here to try to score a takedown and tie this up.
Bell tries to, but Newberry backs away. 21-6, Lockhaven has really gotten control of this dual meet. Bloomsburg hasn't won since the third bout. It was 6-3 at that time for the Huskies, and after 125, Lockhaven's gone on a tear. First a major decision at 33, tech fall at 41. Then to start the second half of the dual meet, as the two wrestlers here at 65 dance around it. At 49, it was the pin from Brockport. And at 57, Clucker earns a decision. And here we are, 21-6, all things Lockhaven over the Bloomsburg Huskies. Down to 45 seconds here. Austin Bell needs to hurry. Down 3-1. Newberry can try to get that riding time. It'll need to come down to the final few seconds.
Newberry backing up. I was going to say, it's got to be a stall call here at some point. So the referee finally did call that. We got a warning there with 30 seconds left. Bell trying to work that, get that takedown. At some point, he's going to need even more than a takedown with the riding time in 1:11.
We'll have to get on top. If he gets a takedown right away, he'll need to get that takedown in the next 5 seconds, which doesn't look likely.
He's still backing up. There he came back in for the shot, but
Bell can't do that. He'll need something miraculous in the final 5 seconds, and Nate Newberry gets down and pushes Bell down. Out of play.
He was looking to try like a Barry roll there to spin him over onto his back, but they're off the mat.
Neutral for the final 3 seconds. The VIP row got nice up close and personal look at that attempted maneuver, but it does not result in anything other than the end of this match. 4-1 Nate Newberry by decision, 21-9. If Bloomsburg gets pins at the final 2 spots, it's tied up, but aside from that, Lock Haven's just about wrapped this thing up. Segrist here for Lock Haven goes against Anthony Vetrano for the Bloomsburg Huskies. Vetrano 2-5 on the year. Segrist for Lock Haven 11-6, 4-1 in dual meets. Segrist at 80-53 for his career. 100-win club is within reach for him as well. A lot of accomplished guys in this Lock Haven roster.
Yeah, I would be color me completely shocked if we see Bloomsburg have a pin in each of these matches. Seacrest's been wrestling very well. Right there with almost an early takedown. He was in on a shot. Actually, Vetrano does a nice job of getting out of that temporarily, back on his feet. So, yeah, no points out of that. But Seacrest been wrestling very well, and I'd be surprised to see a pin in the last match period with the 2 guys that are going at it.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just mentioned Segrist's record. Conversely, Vetrano, redshirt junior, 16-34 for his career. 2:20 to go in the first at 174. Matchup 9 of 10 between Lock Haven and Bloomsburg. Just an hour 13 of real time. And told you, John, before this one started, these dual meets move pretty quickly.
Yeah. Maybe not as quickly as last year, but still moving along at a pretty good pace.
That one didn't have an intermission. In fact, an intermission a little longer here, but Bloomsburg improving, and there's been some good contests, but Lock Haven in the back half of this matchup has really taken control. 21-9 as a team.
Vetrano has Segrist's leg locked up there. He's trying to break that hold so he can spin around and get the 2.
Jared Segrist doing a good job of putting his momentum on Vetrano, who's just lunging.
Heading aside, trying to.
Doesn't have it. Now Segrist on top for the 2. 2-0, Jared Segrist.
There's that cross face trying to get him tilted over. Vetrano had to give up the leg there because he was getting ready, almost in a position where he was going to give Segrist the cradle. So he gave up the takedown.
Last year, Bloomsburg, Segrist had a major decision, 14-2 over Anthony Vetrano. These teams face off every year, and in a lot of the same open tournaments, these guys will sometimes square off, and then, of course, the conference tournament at the end of the year to lead into nationals, but usually get between some guys 3, even 4 matchups a year. And then it's some of the freestyle stuff in the offseason. All sorts of times, a lot of these.
Yeah, a lot of familiar matchups, I think, by the end of the year.
No question about it, but Jared Segrist right now riding at over 50 seconds, and there's 50 seconds to go in the first period.
Yep, he's working that cross face. He had him bundled up there trying to get him turned over to get the back exposed and get a count out of it.
Segrist pushes over his opponent, Vetrano, to the side, but then Vetrano ekes his way back in there.
Yep, we got a stall call against Vetrano in the bottom position.
Tries to get in a bit of a bridge pose to work himself up, but Segrist wraps up the right leg of Vetrano. And stop it here. 21 to go in the first.
I'm not sure what the call was there.
Is that potentially dangerous? That's the only thing I could think of in that situation.
Yeah, but he didn't seem to signal potentially dangerous, so it must have been what that was.
Segrist back on top still. 15 seconds to go in the first period. Jared Segrist, 2-0 lead with 1:30 of riding time on Anthony Vetrano of Bloomsburg. Middletown, New Jersey native needs a pin over Segrist, the guy who's ridden over him for the last 1:40 of the first period, to keep his team alive in the dual meet, and that'll be tough. 21-9 the score. Lock Haven up, and 2-0 in this bout. Jared Segrist after 1 3-minute period. Segrist on bottom to start the second. Trying to improve his record to 12-6 on the year and 5-1 in dual meets. He had a tough matchup on Friday against Navy. Had nationally ranked Spencer Carey. Lost 9-4.
Secrets with a nice move there to spin around from the bottom position and get the reversal.
Initially, it looked like after Segrist tried the first time, Vetrano would keep him back down, but a second effort propels him up. 4-0 Segrist.
Pushing his head down. Now Vetrano gets out for the escape.
4-1. Minute 39 of riding time still. Under a minute 30 remaining in the second. Back in neutral. The two wrestlers go. Clock flashed again. Just going to keep tabs on that. I have a bad feeling, John. I'm just going to say it right here. I have a bad feeling that's going to come into play. Just try to be observational when I can be.
I'm going to blame VIP Row down there if it does happen. There's a takedown.
There's the takedown, and Segrist throws down Vetrano. 6-1, now 7-1 they put it to. And Vetrano gets up, and he's pushed away by Segrist. Let him get up. 7-2. 5-point cushion for the Lock Haven senior from Mannheim. 45 seconds remaining. The second period at 174. Minute 45 of riding time, and Segrist trying to add to that, and he records another takedown right here. Tough tug at the right leg of Vetrano, 9-2 and counting.
There's that crossface again, so every time he gets in that top position, he's just putting it to Vetrano.
Under 30 seconds in the second period remaining. Riding time has eclipsed 2 minutes. Jared Segrist with a dominant performance here in this Bloomsburg dual meet. And Vetrano just feels like he's worn out right now.
Yeah, I'd say Segrist is dominating this match in every way possible. Up 9-2, but he's just been punishing. The two points have been on escapes. Segrist has been able to take him down, just punish him from the top position. And he continues to do so here with 10 seconds left in the second period.
Earned a major decision over him last year, 14-2 at Bloomsburg. Looking to keep up with that kind of trend here heading into the third. 9-2 advantage, Jared Segrist. That riding time is at 2:25 after 2 periods. And they go into the third in neutral. Segrist looking to find a way to record a quick takedown here and go to work. Lock Haven as a team has just about secured this thing.
Segrist almost had the pick there, the ankle pick. Wasn't able to secure that. Now he's in on double leg. 2 points awarded.
11-2. Segrist gets around back after the double leg. Forces Vetrano into his control. Minute and a half remaining. 9-point lead for Segrist with riding time approaching 3 minutes. With that point, it'll be 12-2. So in theory, a 10-point edge for Segrist, but he wants more. Trying to factor in some back points.
Now he's getting a little too high, so he lets him up.
11-3. Again, just keep that riding time in the back of your mind. It's at 2:53 with about a minute to go. So that's locked up. Segrist tries to flip him down, and he does. Vetrano on the back side of the mat. Again, that double leg, that's been his go-to, and Vetrano's given that up throughout this third period. Clock flashed again. I told you.
Now I'm seeing it. Yep.
Yeah, it's not good.
We got this match and one more, so hopefully we can get through those.
Last matchup is the one that's been most anticipated by this wrestling crowd. 15-4, under 50 seconds to go. Again, that extra point.
Trying to get that cradle locked up, near side cradle. I think he has it locked. There he goes. He's turning him over.
Back points here will clinch this thing and earn a tech fall. Get one count in, but that's it.
Still has it locked up. He wasn't able to get the exposure, though.
Segrist tries again right in the middle. Counts are being called. Fans clap. The official slips and slides all over this mat, ready to call it and blow this one dead. Let's see what the call is. Segrist goes for it again, still waiting. 15 seconds to go in the third. 15-4 lead. Will be 16-4 with riding time, but Segrist going for a tech fall. And now he takes a breath for one last gasp.
I think he's got it.
3 seconds to go. Let's wait for that. It is the 4. So there is the tech fall to give Lock Haven the dual meet victory in a decisive fashion. 5 points for the team. 26-9. Jared Segrist wins 20-4 when all is said and done. Slaps the hand of his assistant coach, Nate Carr Jr. And we go to the bout we've been looking for, John. Trevor Allard for Bloomsburg, redshirt senior, ranked 15th in the country. Lock Haven with number 13, Corey Hazel, Penns Valley High School. That's where he went, just up the road. Spring Mills, Pennsylvania native, two-time qualifier. Battles Trevor Allard, a guy that's gone against him many a times.
Yep, 2 redshirt seniors here, 2 top 15 guys, so 2 high-quality elite wrestlers here on the national level, matching up here to wrap up this dual meet.
This is the nightcap, and Lock Haven will move its record to 5-1, 1-1 in the MAC, but attempting to finish it in style. And Corey Hazel and Trevor Allard can each bolster their resumes with a victory here, respectively. Early hand fighting.
Yeah, some of the victories here Allard has racked up, so far this season are pretty impressive. 9-8 victory over Embry from Michigan, who's a very solid wrestler. Also, interesting one, Austin Clucker. He has a pin against Austin Clucker, who you told me earlier is the brother of Alex Clucker.
Yep, Alex's younger brother wrestling in Shippensburg at the Division II level. Pinned him in just over 4 minutes as Hazel pushes away Trevor Allard. Something that Bloomsburg head coach Marcus Gordon said to me this week is that Allard struggles against guys that don't do that much. When things get towards stall situations, like what happened at Ryder when he went to a sudden victory 1 against George Walton.
Okay.
Guys approached the national rankings for Ryder, but Allard wants his guys to move a lot. Hazel, very sturdy guy, but he also has some explosion. Just sizing each other up here.
Yeah, he's very quick, sneaky quick. I mean, all of a sudden he just explodes for a move out of nowhere. So 2 very good guys sizing each other up at the moment.
Hazel is underneath. Minute 20 to go in the first, I should say, at 184. Hazel slides down. Allard fights him off. Now Allard goes for a double leg shot. Hazel keeps him up there with the body, ready to fight back.
Hazel with the solid base there to fight off that double leg attempt.
Minute remaining in the first period.
1 minute.
Back in neutral. Clock flashes again. We keep pointing that out. Just needs to hold on a little bit here, John. A little bit more. Back in neutral.
I have confidence.
You have confidence? All right.
I do.
We have the John Conklin seal of approval. We're good. 45 seconds to go in the first. Still nothing. 2 top 15 guys. Hazel trying to yank down Allard, who keeps his footing and backs away. This is the kind of anticipation that makes this sport. You talk about a high-scoring affair like Jared Seegers just had at 20-4, and, well, that was thrilling. Wrestling fans can appreciate something like this.
Yeah, some of the best matches at this level are, 3-2 wins, 4-3 wins. It's just, 2 guys going at it that look for that little opening and be able to take advantage of it and score the points. And it looks like that's what we're sizing up here with this match here as we're closing out the first period.
0-0 after 1. Corey Hazel has had Allard's number historically, but Allard, who entered the year unranked, has put together a strong resume to creep his way into the top 15.
So. Yeah, 11-1 on the year, 83-42. So he's trying to, put it together and do something big in his senior season. Starting out great. A great season. Has only lost to Noah Stewart, 6-2 decision. Noah Stewart from Army.
Army coming here to the Fieldhouse, and that'll be January 25th. That's actually the next time we'll have a dual meet here.
Right.
It's a long hiatus. That's the Christmas break, then the Scuffle, and Lock Haven has a 3-match road trip. We have Clarion Saturday night. I'll be out there, 7 o'clock start, 6:30 pre-match coverage from Clarion. As Hazel on top to begin the second against Allard. Allard spins away quickly, just 7 seconds. 1-0 Trevor Allard after the escape. Bloomsburg's nationally ranked wrestler scores the first point. Back in neutral, and Hazel fends him off. Allard tries to go in on single leg.
Allard's deep on that single leg. Hazel's able to fight it off. Nice job.
There's a little split to free himself of Allard. Fans clap and notice that. Still waiting for Hazel's time to get in there on Allard, a guy he's quite familiar with. Hazel grabbing underneath the chest area.
Hazel looking for the underhooks there.
1:05 to go in the second. Push away yet again. Allard adjusts the headgear, and they get back to work. 1-0 Trevor Allard with an escape. Lock Haven has secured the dual meet victory over Bloomsburg, but this matchup was intentionally set for the end. The two nationally ranked guys at 184. Hazel for Lock Haven, Allard for Bloomsburg. They dance around. Hazel goes for it again, as does Allard. Hazel gets around back, but can't secure the two yet. Goes for the ankles and misses. As a single leg, don't award anything, and they're out of play.
Great job by Allard there to spin out, get his legs out of the way so Hazel couldn't bundle him up there and get the two. Able to get off the mat then. So just a perfect example why they're both top 15 wrestlers right here.
30 seconds to go in the second. Allard amazingly has not been in nationals, but it's been close. This year might be, and will have to be, the last push for him. Hazel 2 times at nationals, went 2-2 there last year in Pittsburgh. Looking to take the next step this year. Down to 15 in the second period. 1-0 Trevor Allard. Some escapability there in this period is what keeps him up 1-0 on Hazel. As Hazel pushes him away. Allard some hand fighting with Corey Hazel. And
the referee tried to stop that. A little bit of head slapping.
Yeah, there's headgear getting jostled from both of these guys. 2 seconds to go in the second. They'll just stare each other down and go to the third. 1-0 Trevor Allard. What does Hazel have to do here, John? It seems like he's trying to set up his shots, just hasn't got him in there.
Yeah, no, they're both going at it. Hazel took down. Obviously, he wants to get up and out as quickly as possible here. Tie this thing up at one, and then try to get into one of those shots he's been unable to do so far. Try to get the win.
Huge resume boosters for both of these guys. Whoever comes out on top. Hazel is up and out in 8 seconds. Even at 1. 1-1. 2 top 15 guys. Hazel for Lock Haven in the crimson and gray. Black and maroon for Trevor Allard, Bloomsburg's redshirt senior. Tattoo over his right arm. Go right back to it in neutral. Hazel underneath. Goes low, misses. Allard swims away. Allard tries again. Tries a double leg. Hazel gets around back, has control, throws him down for 2. Corey Hazel up 3-1. Has to be careful as Allard tries to sneak up, and they give Hazel 2 more.
2-2. Yeah, they gave a takedown, reversal, and then another reversal. And we have the challenge brick out there from the Lock Haven side.
A lot to distinguish right now. Takedown, reversal, and another takedown, so that's a 2-2-2. Which would give Hazel a 5-3 lead if that is what is confirmed.
I'm sorry, Bloomsburg challenged that ruling there.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Bloomsburg trying to challenge that Hazel got back on top. Well, it would be a reversal, I should say.
Right.
Be the proper terminology. So Bloomsburg coach Marcus Gordon trying to challenge that Hazel's reversal did not come while they were inbounds to the left side. Right now the scoreboard reads 5-3 Corey Hazel. The minute 17 to go in the third.
So we got the video replay, I believe.
It's always a nice element of this. We'll wait for the call here. If you hear cheers, that means it stands. And
yeah, it's one of those things, wrestling, the Institute is a few years back, and, some people, the purists, don't like the video replay, and they kind of just figure, sometimes things go your way, sometimes they don't. I tend to like it. It doesn't add too much of a delay, and at the end of the day, you try to get the call right, get the scoring right, and, I've rarely seen where that's not the result of these replay situations. So I'm a fan.
Yeah, well, it's such a quick sport to begin with that it doesn't add too much time.
No.
It's not like in baseball where there's some issues with that, and other sports that drag on a little bit.
Right.
And wrestling, you're there for 7 minutes.
Yep.
You can deal with a few extra seconds, and they say the 2-2.
There it is.
So there it is confirmed. 5-3 Corey Hazel. He's on top. Minute 17 remaining. Corey Hazel in the driver's seat against Trevor Allard after that fun affair. Lock Haven has clinched the dual meet long ago. Corey Hazel just trying to wrap up and earn a big victory for him. But Allard might have other ideas. On his feet, not out of control. And now he is, despite the efforts of Hazel to trip him up. 5-4, 1 point lead for Lock Haven's Hazel on the right side of the mat.
Yeah, Allard's coming at him. Down a point here. Riding time is not a factor. Just under a minute. Hazel in the lead 5-4.
This is what you love to see. Can swing one way or the other. One takedown is all it will take. Just 45 seconds to go. Hazel tries for that takedown. Yep. Goes for the throw. Goes for the trip up and has the 2. Takedown Corey Hazel, 7-4. The crowd cheers, and rightfully so. Corey Hazel looking to put away Trevor Allard, who stands up, and he's knocked back down via the legs of Hazel, and they're out of play to the backside. 31 seconds to go. 3-point cushion for Corey Hazel. One escape from Allard, though, and then it's back to one takedown to change the tide one way or the other.
Yeah, it was a nice little throw by there by Hazel, and he's able to get back behind him for the takedown to get the 3-point advantage.
Hazel trying to remain on top, but he lets Allard out. 23 seconds to go. It's 7-5 Hazel. Allard goes for a double leg. Hazel has to be careful.
He's got one leg. He's lifted it up. Hazel with the whizzer in there, trying to prevent this.
Standing up on his right leg is Corey Hazel. Needs some good balance here. Another single leg from Trevor Allard. Initially went double. Goes single now. Hazel spins around. Doesn't allow control. We're down to 3 seconds. Allard goes for it. They don't call it, and they call it at the horn. They call it at the horn. 7-7. Sudden victory 1 is what we go to. We're not done here at the Thomas Fieldhouse. But there is a challenge brick by Coach Scott Moore, and rightfully so. You can't take it with you.
No, if I had to guess, I would say that's going to be confirmed on replay. That's just my assessment of that, but we'll see what the referee comes back with. Looked like he did have control there at the edge of the mat, tying it up and sending us to sudden victory. But if nothing else, it gives these two a breather to go at it, and exciting sudden victory, hopefully, to settle this thing.
Corey Hazel trying to knock off Allard in sudden victory. Allard scored the last 3 points of this one. It was 7-4 Hazel late, but an escape with 23 seconds to go, and then Allard was able to score that late takedown. Just a matter of if this thing is upheld. Corey Hazel going into the sudden victory. It'll be interesting to see the approach. Allard coming off of a sudden victory win 4-3 against George Walton of Ryder a couple weeks ago. That was the last time Bloomsburg wrestled. It's confirmed. 7-7, sudden victory 1. Here we go. What's the approach in something like this? Sudden victory. The minute on the clock.
These two have been going after each other. I would think we're going to see an action-packed minute here. Somebody try to get the takedown and end it rather than go to the next 2 periods there. And they, like I said, they had a little chance to rest and catch their breath here. So
both got some coaching during that time. Hazel and Allard locked up in the middle. The amount of cheers you hear will indicate who wins this one. But talk about it anyways. Hand fighting. Allard tries for the first shot.
He's able to block that off.
30 seconds in SV1 here. Corey Hazel pushes Allard away, but Allard is persistent. 2 top 15 guys going at it. Hazel for Lock Haven, 2-time qualifier. Allard for Bloomsburg. So redshirt senior trying to get to nationals for the first time. 11-1 to start the year for him. Down to 12 seconds for the first overtime period.
And I was wrong. I thought they'd be going at each other, but neither of them are really looking to take a shot here. There was one shot by Allard, which was blocked nicely by Hazel, and that's what we're going to see.
That does it for the first overtime. I put 3 on the clock here. 7-7 is the score.
So now we're going to go to alternating 30-second periods.
That's where they adjust that thing. 30 seconds, alternate periods. SV2 and Corey Hazel and Trevor Allard. It'll be a test of who's got the most gas in the tank. Hazel stands up. Does Allard let him go? He doesn't try to, but Hazel gets out anyways in 7 seconds. 8-7, Corey Hazel. Down to 20 seconds, and kind of like college football rules in overtime. Each guy will get a shot on top.
Yep, and getting up and out quick is obviously huge, because if it goes through the second overtime series there, and then it comes down to who has the most riding time cumulative is the tiebreaker at the end of that. Hopefully we don't go that far, but if we do, keep that in mind.
Last time we had a Lock Haven SV2 meet, it was Chance Marsteller and Josh Shields over at Red Lion High School last year. That was the last bout of the matchup. This one hasn't disappointed. 8-7 Corey Hazel. He has to keep Trevor Allard down. If he does, he wins. 30 seconds to do so. Allard spins up, can't get out. Hazel with his right arm keeps him with his knees on the ground, but Allard slips and
nice.
slides. Still can't get up.
Body
Hazel with
control.
that upper body strength keeps him in his control, throws him back down. Hazel needs 15 more seconds, and now Allard's flattened. The crowd stands up.
Yep.
We're down to 10 seconds. Allard running out of time to the left side of the mat. Bloomsburg coaches can't want him to just get out to the left. Hazel keeps a leg in, and now they're out with 2 seconds left. What marvelous wrestling by Corey Hazel.
That was unbelievable. His hips there, being able to get back around and keep control of that, keep him down to the mat, break Allard down, prone position, just perfect wrestling there. 2 seconds left. It's going to be extremely difficult for Allard to come up and out of that.
Allard tries, but he can't.
Hold, locking hands. That's a point.
So hang on, they play the victory music.
Nope.
But it's not over yet. And the crowd is furious. They were ready to cheer, and now they don't get to. That's 8-8 with the locking hands call. Good spot, John. That was not the way you drew it up. This match will not conclude.
They're I don't know if they're challenge. I don't think they can challenge that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, you could in theory. Brick's been thrown.
I guess you could. But they're not gonna. So we're going to the second overtime, second sudden victory here. So this one's definitely lived up to the billing here. Exciting match, unexpected. You think you're going to get the escape to tie it up, not a locking hands with a second left on the clock.
Yeah, not the way you expected it. Hazel rode out those 30 seconds, but there was a locking hands call to keep this match alive. 8-8, Hazel and Allard. Fun one at the Thomas Fieldhouse. In neutral, 30 to go.
There's Allard in on the leg again. Oh, he's in on a double leg. He's got him lifted up.
Hazel in
once
trouble.
again trying to fight this thing off. Doing a great job so far.
And he does, but right now Hazel still needs to get away.
He's got that whizzer in. He's trying to get off the edge of the mat without getting a fleeing call.
Down to 10 seconds to go in SV2. Corey Hazel
still
has to avoid Allard getting a takedown, and he gets it late. He gets it with 5 to go. And Trevor Allard pumped up, and the crowd here will leave furious despite a Lockhaven dual meet victory.
What a heartbreaker for Hazel. Just a great match all around. I'm sure these two will have a chance to face off again, and Hazel will have a chance to avenge that loss. Hazel in the face of the referee. I'm not sure that's going to be a team point deduction. So you can certainly understand the frustration, but you can't have that.
Scott Moore gets him off the mat quickly. The team point deduction won't matter, but what it does do is factor in the team points in the final, and Hazel gets the loss on his resume. Right now, 26-12 is the final here, and Corey Hazel had it won, but locking hands call right at the horn keeps it alive, and Allard gets that takedown. We'll wrap it up. Lockhaven wins the dual meet in dominant fashion, but a sour taste left in the mouth of the Haven fans, even though the victory was quite one-sided. Back on the Bear Country Sports Network right after this.
Eat local, drink local, celebrate local. If you're 21 and older, head out to the Broken Axe Brewhouse in Lockhaven. With the best selection of local craft beer and a menu to match, the Broken Axe is the place to be. Stop by for live music Saturdays and trivia night every Wednesday. With a rotating tap and bottle list, there's always something new. The Broken Axe, open Monday and Tuesday 4 till midnight and Wednesday through Saturday 3 till midnight. 1 East Bald Eagle Street, Lockhaven. Broken Axe Brewhouse, a big supporter of Lockhaven University Sports.
The shopping season is upon us. Want to earn cash rewards while buying everything on your list? At Woodlands Bank, you can earn a percentage of cash back on your purchases with our Kasasa Cashback checking account, and there are no monthly maintenance fees with this account. To learn more about our Kasasa Cashback checking account and our other products and services, visit woodlandsbank.com or stop in at any of our 8 convenient